Hello, Mike. Thank you for taking some time to view this video. I'm Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. So the point of this video is twofold. One is to give you some tips and tricks you could use on your website to increase your online revenue, your traffic, your leads, and increase your business. And two is to compare your website to a local competitor's website and see if those tips and tricks could outrank them, get on the first page of Google in certain areas to increase those traffic and leads. So I'll talk about three things: content, backlinks, and citations. Whatever I talk about here, feel free to use that on your own for your website. But if you want to talk about that or anything further, please feel free to reach out. My door is always open. Also, if you leave me a few lines of feedback on this actual video, that'll help me get better at making some of these videos for local businesses. All right, now let's get started. So in content, you need anywhere on your homepage from 1,500 to 2,000 words. That's just depend on the competition and number of keywords needed. So a keyword is anything that someone might type into Google looking for a particular service or product. So in your content, you could place keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what to be found for. So as you see here, you got a nicely laid out website here. You've got some things going on, very eye-popping with all your services you provide. So good job on your website. But I would increase the keywords. I would increase the content, the relevant content, to increase that searchability in outside of Chula Vista, and I'll talk more about that. So speaking of Google, I know you serve Chula Vista, but you also serve San Diego, California as well. So if I was a consumer there, I might type in, service you provide, draining services, San Diego, California. Here's what comes up. So sometimes ads come up here, and they're hit or miss. You can invest in those if you haven't already, but a lot of times consumers skip over those. Next is the map pack here. I'll talk more about that in a minute. That's with citations, but we call these organics here. We feel this is the most important with searchability in Google. And the goal is to be on the first page of any kind of service you provide and area you provide, to be right in front of the faces of consumers. So typically we don't count directories like Yelp, Angie's List, because usually local consumers will go to a local business. So here's some of your top competitors, and as you scroll down, you could see, speaking of San Diego with draining cleaning services, you're not on the first page, but you could very easily do some things on your website to get on that first page. Even though the goal is to be at the top, to be the top competitor, even if you start somewhere in the middle, if you beat this competitor right here, you'll be right in front of him on that first page of Google. So I'll compare your website to this guy, Affordable Drain, and see if those tips and tricks would outrank them. So we have a tool we use to compare websites. It's called Ahrefs, and here's the HRL here. So here's your numbers. So right now on your website, you're using 100 keywords, 101 keywords. So I would definitely, like I said, just increase your keywords. And definitely keep the ones that you have. You have some good ones. You want to have high search volume, the better. So you have 1,000 search volume here with plumber, Chula Vista. So water leak, Chula Vista, so very good there. But also think about all the services you provide and all the areas you provide, all the cities you go to. You get very creative in increasing your keywords. So compare that to your local competitors. Here's Affordable Plumbing right here. And it's a good website. I actually kind of like your layout better, but they're doing some things in the back end that's giving them searchability in Google. So here's their URL, here's their numbers. So they're using over double your keywords. Here's the great thing about keywords. You could take a website and use some of their same keywords with the search volume and get that much closer to outranking them. So like, I don't know if this is on your website yet, affordable drains, you could take that, put it in your website. That's a good searchability. So here's some keywords you could use if they're not on your website. Use them, and that'll get you closer to outranking that competitor. So the second thing is backlinks. So a backlink is anywhere where one website is linked to your website. So these act like an endorsement of your website from others, which Google uses that to build trust in your business by seeing others vouch for you. Also think of it as like a popularity contest. Person with the most backlinks wins. But keep it in mind, not all backlinks are created equal. It's very important to have other plumbing services, HVAC services, drain cleaning service websites linking back to you. It doesn't give you that trustability if a doctor's office or lawyer's office website is linking to you. So you want to stay within this trust with Google. So compare that to local competitors. So you have 278 backlinks, which is good, 66 reference domains. That's a good start there. But your local competitor that's on that first page of Google, they have 870 backlinks with 80 reference domains. So the goal is to get closer to these numbers, you get closer to that traffic, and you start outranking them and start increasing your leads. And then finally, there are citations. So a citation is anywhere where your business name, your number, and your address are shown exactly on your Google business profile. Citations help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses since this can generate huge amounts of revenue. Citations also include directories like Yelp, Angie's List, Expertise, and hundreds of others you've probably heard of. Social media accounts are great too. So the goal is to be in that top 3 or 4. Sometimes there's 4 here, but much like, people going to page 2 or 3 of Google, people don't click there. People don't click this button for more businesses. So you want to be right in front of the eyes of consumers. So to increase that, the idea is that your brand is found by Google all over the internet. And the larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you. So once Google sees you more often than these competitors, the more likely it is you outrank them. So once your content, your backlinks, your citations, once they all come together, you start to outgrow your competitors. So here's what you might be looking at, why that's so worth it, to be in the eyes of consumers here and here. So not sure what your margins are, but I imagine that would generate some pretty decent revenue. Also, there's usually many more keywords you could use to generate more and more traffic and leads. So this is what I do. I create this video for you to help start generating those leads on your own. But if you do find yourself wanting more to continue scaling as far as you want, feel free to reach out. I could help you out with that. I could give you some more information. We could talk about your goals. I could do the research to find out exactly what could be realistic for your business and what it might take to reach those goals. So again, if you leave me a few lines of feedback on this video, that will help me out making these videos. And I'm Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was informative, but much luck in your business. Have a great day.